Hey everyone, the work week has begun. You know the drill. It's Monday Movie Pickup. Here's what I got here. Kung Fu Panda, the 3-movie collection, which I've never seen the third one. I have seen the first two. It's been quite a few years since I've seen either of them. And the third one, I've always meant to get to. It was on my list of movies to watch in 2017, but I never got to it. Not for any particular reason. I do like the first Kung Fu Panda from what I can remember, but it's about time I rewatched the entire series. And, you know, I'm trying to grow my Dreamworks collection, so it makes sense to finally buy it. It's got all the discs. It also has bonus disc. I had no idea, so pretty neat. I got this for pretty cheap on Amazon, and the case is kind of broken, so I don't know. But I'm excited to finally give Kung Fu Panda a nut. This is seriously, oh my gosh. I actually did a review of this movie. You can catch it on YouTube now. And I got this copy brand new off of Amazon, which was kind of nice. Not that expensive. It was in the wrapping paper still, so that was really nice. The Star. This is a Sony animation film. I don't really know what Sony Animation had to do with it, seeing that it also has involved the company Walden Media, Franklin Entertainment, and Jim Henson Productions. So there's a lot of people that dipped into this movie, and I remember this coming out. I believe I have a poster of this from when it was at the theater, and it's you know, it's the story of Jesus being born, but it's told from the animal's perspective. So I guess it's a religious film as well. It's got that Dove seal of approval, so I have no idea. I don't know what I'm in for. This is one of the final Sony animated movies I haven't seen. There's plenty of them I still have to review. You will see a review of this as requested by Ryan on Patreon. But we got some more Criterions as well, even though I told myself I was not going to buy any more Criterions from the Barnes & Noble sale. But you know me, I never stick to my guns. Here they are. We have over here, we have My Dinner with Andre. My Dinner with Andre is the movie that has Wallace Shawn in it. I remember we talked about this movie in film class, but we never actually watched it. Some Like It Hot, which is the movie that stars Marilyn Monroe. It's probably one of her biggest movies. It's also considered one of the funniest movies ever made, and I've never seen it. Yeah, I know. After all these years, I still haven't gotten to Some Like It Hot. We have here Tourist Trap, unknown horror film that came from 1979. Has a lot of elements of Texas Chainsaw Massacre in it. That's what I was thinking of the entire time. And it's about mannequins, essentially, and the guy who's crazy about them pretty much runs this entire house that's filled with mannequins. And you know, a bunch of teenagers show up out of nowhere, and they're in the woods, and then they get chased by him. Basic elements of a horror movie are all to be found here. It's gonna be another review for Patreon, and I watched it just a couple minutes ago, actually. So you'll see that review this week, and yeah, Tourist Trap. It's interesting. The Hurt Locker, which is the Catherine Bigelow Best Picture winner of 2009, which I found this real cheap at Target. I have never seen this. I'm trying to collect all the Best Picture winners on Blu-ray. I have a list on my Amazon page, so I might start just going one by one and buying them and then, you know, watching them in order all the way back from the late 1920s to today. I've seen a lot of the modern Best Picture winners, but this is probably the more recent one that I've just never gotten to. So, The Hurt Locker. It's about time I own it. And then, last but not least, we leave the most important film for the end. This is Cuban Fury. I have no idea what this movie's about. It's a long story. It's gonna be in an upcoming Patreon request. This is not the Patreon request, by the way. It's actually a different movie, but if you watch the video, you'll get the story. It's got Nick Frost, it's got Ian McShane, Chris O'Dowd, and Rashida Jones. And it's, I think, about dancing. I want to believe. I have no idea. But sometimes you just got to go to the bargain bin. You have to make a purchase like this and just experience the movie, right? I love that. I love blind buying films and just seeing what am I getting myself into, especially when they're cheap. I need to stop. Every week I say it, but you know, this week was still just absolutely obnoxious. But these are all films I'm very excited to give a watch. This was a really good week for a pickup, and I will see you all next time I have a video, and hopefully it won't be next week.
Thanks to all my Patreon supporters. For only $7, you can get your own monthly movie review. Ask me to review anything I haven't already. There's also other perks like blogs, exclusive videos, and early access. You can also follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And thanks so much for watching this video.